Out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. Here's the former Utah Ute Matt Gay to get this one started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Switch. We're going to 54. Wide. Get wide.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more there.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Prescott. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big... turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Tight down. There you go. Tight dog.
Now Saquon Barkley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On the run, it's Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Open target here, Darius Slayton. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. This is caught by Gill. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
It's now 4th down and 1.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. This from 54 yards away. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Rashawn Gary, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on first down, Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Check 55, Mike. Come on, D.
Prescott on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll run with Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second and 11 now. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Third and long for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. It's his horse.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And they try the sweep to Jones. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Get him, boy.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Got a man, Slayton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Vita Vea able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays.
Pull it together.
There we go, kill.
Let's go.
Prescott from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Watch the check nickel.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready. 125. Defense wins championship, baby.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Ready.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Church. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Now, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
On 2nd and 15 now. Winston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
To Barkley on the check down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
This is Barkley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 46-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
I'm coming after you.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Noah Spence coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
They'll go again to Jones. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Go now. 30 base.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Jones. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. This is Jones. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. In case you were wondering, last scoreless tie in the NFL, 1943, Giants and Lions. So here we are in the fourth quarter, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, I've got a feeling, partner. I've got a feeling that this is going to be the drive. In fact, something big might happen defensively.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Darren Lee there to get him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
On 2nd and 9. Stick. And he finds Howard complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll run it with Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. 2 minutes left to go. This one surprisingly still scoreless. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Prescott now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Prescott. Stepping up, he'll try and run. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now Prescott. Catch made by Slayton. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike 53.
Don't get nervous.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Giants win the football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And not all W's are created equal, CD. And this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So for the Giants, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener.